Hey Crow Nation, welcome back to another episode of KL Insider. I'm Skylar Jenkins.
I'm Pat McGuire.
And today is NIMBLE week, so we're going to be talking about the NIMBLE new roster. As you can see, I'm wearing a Cronum Towson polo. If you didn't know, I'm the coach of that team and the ringleader, and one of my players actually just got drafted into the NIMBLE roster. So we'll be talking about that. Very cool. And let's get started.
The NIMBLE last season, they had a 9-1 record, and they won the league's Captain's Cup. That's awarded to the team with the best regular season record. They had the best shooting percentage of the entire league with 45%. They also had 100 more assists than the next best team. They really moved the ball. They allowed the most shots against them, but then they followed that up with having the best save percentage too as a team at 48%. They made it to the championship against the Night Owls, but lost. One of the reasons they lost is they only scored 106 points. This is a team that averaged 132 per game during the regular season. So the Night Owls really held them defensively.
So the full roster for the NIMBLE for KL5 are Scott Kennedy, John Mazzeo, Ryan Coyne, Dan Geiger, Jared O'Donnell, Matt Charleston, Nick Caton, Sean Stevens, Tim McCabe, Scott Davis, Pete Weiss, Ben Hutchinson, Dustin Gebhard, Sean Kennedy, and Jesse Barone. And they're still looking for one last spot to fill after a late retire of Tyler Blood. So the first person I want to talk about today is Scott Davis. Scott Davis is a Towson player, and he's been with me from day one, which was just about 3 years ago. He's been my treasurer for the club, and he has really improved as a player. He started off really strong. He had a nice throw. He's not very good at kicking, but he's been improving in all aspects. He used to have a lacrosse background, and he jumped straight into Cronum and left club lacrosse behind. When he plays with us, he normally plays crosser or will play ranger. Recently, we've been putting him in a ranger position because when you hand the ball to him, he's going to take a shot, and 80% of the time it's going in. Hopefully one of the games he can start, but he's definitely going to start on the bench for the first couple games.
Another player being added to the NIMBLE roster is John Mazzeo. John's a crosser. He's been playing in the Cronum Rec League for about a year, and he's a very fast runner. He's always sneaking up on people, trying to steal the ball away, and he has a lot of endurance. He's a cross-country runner, so that speed he has at the beginning of the game is going to stay that way the entire game, and that's something that Captain Scott Kennedy really liked about him, was that he did have that endurance. And that's mainly the kind of people that he likes to go for. If you look in the team preview before KL4, Scott Kennedy says our team has the most endurance out of any other team. And that's what John's going to bring right into it. He's going to be fast the entire game from start to finish. Tim McCabe is a ranger being added to this roster. He's very strong and he's very good with his feet. The only problem with him is he needs to learn to do a better jump shot, but his feet skills do make up for that. Ryan Coyne has said that Tim McCabe has much better feet skill than Coyne himself, and that's a big compliment coming from a guy like him, an all-star like that, who is very good with his feet. So it'll be interesting to see how it plans out and what kind of time Tim's going to be getting on this NIMBLE roster. The starting lineup for the NIMBLE this season, at crossers, it's going to be Scott Kennedy and John Mazzeo. John Mazzeo, I think, will earn that starting spot during the preseason just because how fast he is and just how aggressive he is on defense. Rangers, this is where it starts to get a little different. Dan Geiger, Ryan Coyne, Sean Stevens, and Matt Charleston. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, where's Jared O'Donnell? An idea floating around right now is moving Jared O'Donnell back to wedgeback, and he was a wedgeback in KL1 and KL2. He was actually a pretty good wedgeback too. His only problem was he wasn't good when people rolled into the flex and used their feet, but putting him at wedgeback with Sean Kennedy, Pete Weiss, and Ben Hutchinson, that's a great group of guys there. You have Jared O'Donnell coming in. He's going to be the tallest one at 6'4". Sean Kennedy, Pete Weiss are 1 and 2 in save percentage, and Ben Hutchinson is probably one of the scariest guys in the league. But definitely look to see Jared in wedgeback during this upcoming season. So this NimbleJacks team, they're going to be the same NimbleJacks they've been. They are a championship-ready team. They're going to make the run for it. The big question is, where's Jared O'Donnell going to play? Is he going to play in Ranger, or is he going to be wedgeback? So that's the big question this season. They're still going to score a lot of points, and I don't see much changing from this team. The only big thing that is going to change is other teams are evolving. Other teams are getting better. So the competition is going to be there for these NimbleJacks, and it's going to be a harder road for them, but I think they can still get it through, and it will be interesting to see who's left standing at the end of the season.
Thanks for tuning in this week. Be sure to check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about the NimbleJacks this week, and you can use hashtag JacksWeek. Do you think they're going to rise back up and get another championship and rise above the Night Owls? I guess we'll have to see. But share your input. I'm Skylar Jenkins.
And I'm Pat McGuire.
And we'll see you around.